Thank you all for joining us for today's webinar. We are going to give everyone a few minutes to join before we begin. We'll be starting in just a moment. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for today's webinar. I'm Courtney Washington, the Program Manager at Clear Impact. Today we'll be joined by Adam Luking, CEO of Clear Impact, and Justin Miklas, Executive Vice President. Adam Luking, CEO, is an author, speaker, and trainer of topics related to results-based accountability and achieving measurable improvement. He also manages executive leadership programs, consulting services, and technology deployment to agencies that serve children, families, and communities with a growing Clear Impact team. Justin Miklas, Executive Vice President, is a consultant, trainer, and speaker on topics related to results-based accountability and using data to improve performance for government and nonprofit organizations. He is also one of the original concept designers of the Clear Impact Scorecard. We'll also be joined by Eileen Friend, Director of Operations, who will help moderate today's session. Most importantly, today's session topic is the Results-Based Accountability Professional Certification. Throughout the webinar, you will be able to submit questions that will be asked at the end. Please do so using your questions box located on your panel. Lastly, at the conclusion of this webinar, you will receive a survey to provide feedback on your webinar experience. Completing that survey will also allow you to gain access to the recording of the webinar. I will now pass it over to our presenters, Justin Miklas and Adam Luking. Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney. Thank you everyone for joining us. Real quick as we get started here, we're kind of operating with the assumption that if you're here watching this with us, you're probably already somewhat familiar with the concepts of results-based accountability. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on what RBA is, but I do want to start by offering some context on where it came from and how we've gotten to this point. RBA has its origins in the 1990s with a paper called From Outcomes to Budgets that was published by Mark Friedman. The first RBA conference was held in 1999, and the participants in this were primarily from the United States and the United Kingdom because that's where RBA first started to take hold. I want to mention real briefly that in the UK, the concept is known as outcomes-based accountability, or OBA. That is exactly the same as results-based accountability. It's just a different term. For the purposes of this presentation and the certification program, we will use the term results-based accountability and RBA. In 2005, Mark Friedman published the seminal text on results-based accountability, Trying Hard is Not Good Enough. A few years after that, my colleague Adam, who is here with us today, along with Phil Lee, who is one of the presenters in the new RBA certification program, left their work at the University of Maryland School of Public Policy and founded Clear Impact, with the goal being to work with Mark and further the work with RBA internationally. Since then, we've had a number of international conferences: Johannesburg, Sydney, Baltimore, Belfast, and we're looking forward to a conference in San Antonio later this year. In 2015, Mark Friedman published the 10-year anniversary edition of Trying Hard is Not Good Enough, and a year after that, published the companion reader, Turning Curves. These are the textbooks used in the new certification program. Mark continues to lecture and consult on RBA internationally and was instrumental in helping us develop and design the curriculum for this new RBA certification. Today, results-based accountability is being used in some capacity by nonprofit organizations, as well as federal, state, and local government in all 50 states across the U.S. and in over 13 countries around the world. It's being applied in these locations across multiple sectors and disciplines, including healthcare, juvenile justice, from child welfare to the intelligence community, emergency preparedness, education, trade to public safety, housing, environmental protection, and many, many others. At Clear Impact, our goal is to provide products and services to help support the expansion and successful implementation of results-based accountability across all these sectors and disciplines. This includes our RBA software, RBA leadership programs, RBA training, and RBA consulting, and our newest offering, and the reason that we're all here today, the Results-Based Accountability Professional Certification Program. To put it quite simply, this program is designed for individuals and organizations that want to go beyond just a casual understanding of RBA and really want to master the principles. To make this possible, we've designed a program that is delivered 100% online. So you can log into your dashboard from anywhere in the world at any time to view your instructional videos and complete the online games and activities that are part of the course. This provides flexibility for you to complete the course at your own pace and convenience, and allows you to really soak in the information when you have the time to learn it. The ultimate result that we're looking for is that course participants deepen their knowledge and skills and become better equipped to lead data-informed initiatives for their organizations. Again, this program isn't just about learning what RBA is. It's about developing the skills to use it and apply it effectively in your work. And to expand on that further, I'm now going to hand it over to Adam to tell you more about the details of the program. Adam?
Thank you, Justin. This truly is an exciting moment for Clear Impact. And I got to tell you that developing this online program has been a labor of love that has taken over the course of a year. And given our disposition of results-based or ends-to-means thinking, we started in our planning for all of this with the program developing and defining the program objectives. They include strengthen your capacity to create clear, measurable impact in the lives of the customers and communities you serve, master the basic principles and practices of RBA, enhance your leadership in performance management, build your capacity to support others in the implementation of RBA, and lastly, provide to existing and prospective RBA practitioners the additional qualification of a formal professional accreditation. Which, at the end of the day, we ended up creating over 6 hours of high-quality video instruction, which are presented by RBA experts Phil Lee and Dietrich Epps. And to give you some idea of the rigor for which we put into designing this program, we ended up having to shoot it twice because we wanted to make sure we got it right, presented at the right cadence, and allowed for the participants to really come along with us as active learners. Phil Lee, some of you may have come across the years, is a co-founder with me of Clear Impact, and he's president of the company. He does consulting, training, and facilitation of RBA programs, mostly with the federal government, but it runs the gamut from foundations and nonprofits he's worked with. He's a very energetic and passionate person as it comes to training with RBA, and I think that comes across in the videos that you'll see. Secondly, we have Dietrich Epps. She also provides RBA consultation, training, coaching, and technical assistance. She's a dynamic facilitator and trainer, and ultimately her work tends to support collective impact initiatives and those that focus on equity. Now, getting into the course content, we created 7 modules as part of the 6 hours of instructional learning. The first one is Turn the Curve Thinking. The second is Language Discipline and Distinguishing Between Population and Performance Accountability. We have a section on RBA Applied, so getting into some places where this has actually happened, lessons learned, etc. The Matters of Accountability, Contribution, and Performance. Building a Learning Organization with RBA. From well-being of whole world populations to the performance of the smallest programs, and getting started with and sustaining the practice of RBA. For those of you who are on this call, and I assume it's most, or if not all of you, who are already familiar with RBA, what you'll notice is really the first 1 or 2 or possibly 3 modules are content that you've previously seen. The rest is stuff we've learned on the way and packaged in a format that allows for the learner to dive deeper and really understand what it takes to implement RBA successfully and master the content. As mentioned, the distinguishing features of this program, being that it's online, is that it creates the active learning, or uses the active learning components of interactive games, quizzes, and tests, and ultimately some other aspects as part of the requirements to finish. And the difference really is the active learning that's emphasized as part of this program. And as part of that active learning, we've created 3 requirements for which we see as the minimum, I repeat, minimum for demonstrating RBA competency. The first is passing a comprehensive written exam. The second is identifying an indicator or performance measure of your choice to prepare a turn the curve action plan by yourself or with others. They'll be submitted and graded by Clear Impact staff. And then lastly, to give a 30 to 40 minute presentation of the basic RBA concepts and principles that will also be graded by Clear Impact staff across a rubric. The idea here is that you're not going to give a full day presentation, but we want to know and certify that you can present the basic concepts to colleagues or those that may be interested in 30 to 40 minutes or less. As mentioned, the real value of this learning is, of this program really, is the active learning experience and the idea to retain what you learn. And what research has shown is that people generally remember 10% of what they read, 20% of what they hear, 30% of what they see, 50% of what they see and hear, and it increases significantly to 70% of what they say and write and 90% of what they do. And so that's really the emphasis of this program, is to move what may be a traditional RBA 101 in the passive learning aspect of this triangle, but moving it into the active learning to really help that retention of knowledge. The student benefits, once again, is to strengthen your capacity to create clear, measurable impact in the lives of the customers and communities that you serve, to increase the speed at which you can master the principles of RBA, enhance your ability to train others in RBA, boost your leadership potential and performance management, increase your qualification to practice RBA in the form of a standardized credential, provide a resume booster to increase your marketability and find new opportunities to do what you love. And lastly, get a snazzy plaque, as you see here to the left, to show to others that you're mastering certification in these concepts. So you're probably wondering who this program is for, and the answer is anyone looking to make a measurable difference. And in that, really, we've identified specifically a number of types of leaders who we see going through the program. We see executives, community leaders, elected officials and senior staff, program managers, as well as frontline staff, whole governments, government nonprofit agencies, foundations and other funders, community groups, professional schools, and lastly, those that support them in making all this happen: consultants, trainers, community coaches, facilitators, researchers, and evaluators. All of these folks can learn something and gain from the program, and we look forward to supporting those leaders as they join us in that journey. It's important for you all to know how to get started, and you can do so immediately after this program or anytime after at clearimpact.com/certification. The individual pricing is $1,750 per person, or if you buy 4, you get 1 free, or every 4 you get a 5th free at $5,250. And many of you probably seen that we're running a promotion likely through the end of the month for the first 100 registrants at $1,500 a person, so $250 discount. It includes access to the online course platform, the course textbooks, and technical support. And with that, I would like to open it up for any questions. I'm going to pass it back over to Eileen Finn, who will moderate any questions you might have. Please log them into the GoToWebinar and the panel on the right of your screen.
Thank you, Adam. At this moment, we don't have any questions, so people, if you do have some, please type them in to the question panel on the right, as Adam said, and I'll read them out. Oh, here we go. Here's a question. If someone is new to RBA, is this course for them?
I'll take that. Sure, I'll take that. Yeah, I mean, whether you're completely new to RBA or you're someone who's been practitioner for over 10 years, there's something to learn. And at the end of the day, someone new to RBA will be able to get from no knowledge to great competency and certification in a short period of time. You'll still have to read the textbooks, for which many others have already gotten knowledge. And so, yes, the short answer is yes. It applies to newbies and those who've been around for a while alike.
Okay, Justin, what type of technical assistance is provided?
So the course itself is run through Litmos online training program platform. So it's very easy to use. If you're familiar with using the internet, going through it is very, very simple, but Clear Impact staff is available via email or telephone in normal business hours, Monday through Friday, to answer any questions or help you with any technical problems you might have. We're also available to help you if you have a question about the content. So this is not something where we just give you access to this and say good luck. We're here to answer your questions and help you along with anything you need throughout your certification process.
Let me add to that too. What we've learned in a few people that have already gotten certified and received their certification is that they've told us that the greatest value that they've gotten out of the program is the coaching and feedback they've gotten from our staff as it relates to their turn the curve plan, given that we're giving them some standards for what good RBA practice looks like, as well as coaching and feedback on how they present RBA. So having others give you that feedback is what from our staff is what people are telling us is some of the more valuable aspects of the program itself.
Great. Okay. So Justin, how do you complete the presentation part of the course? Do you want us to record the presentation and send it to you?
Yes, that would be the easiest way. You can use just your cell phone to record yourself presenting it. We will provide you with materials, slides, and things that you can use. But really, we just want to see how you would present this going forward. So any way that you're able to record it and submit it to us, and then we'll be able to watch and give you feedback on the presentation.
Great. Now, Adam, does RBA focus on evaluating teams within the organization and/or interdisciplinary teams?
Repeat that one more time for me, please.
Does RBA focus on evaluating teams within the organization and/or interdisciplinary teams?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it can support teams or interdisciplinary teams to define what success looks like measurably, and then give you the tools to work backwards from ends to means in terms of looking at what's the story behind that data, who are the partners you have or need, what works or could work using evidence-based strategies, as well as what's your action plan moving forward. So it gives you teams of any size the tools to focus on improvement and understand the impact of what you're trying to achieve.
Great. Justin, how long does it take to complete this course?
That is going to be entirely up to you. So as we mentioned, there is about 6 hours of video content to watch. We estimate that the activities will take you anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes for each one. So I'd say it's a minimum of about 10 hours of learning, but then what you do with those quizzes and what you study, what you read, that is again entirely up to you. You can do it in 15-minute blocks, or you could watch 2 hours of videos in one day. It really is a completely flexible program that is designed to let you work at your own pace.
Okay. Now, Adam, this person says, I am a writer and fundraiser working with small to large nonprofits. They often struggle with how to measure their program progress. Is this a course that would help me to be a better partner to them when it comes to the evaluation portion of a grant proposal?
Yes, I think it will allow you to be a better consultant and support to them on two levels. One, you're able to help identify what measurable success looks like and help give them templates for better reporting. But it also help you facilitate their process of doing perhaps internal planning or strategic planning and management of their staff. And so it'll definitely give you additional tools that will allow you to better support them as a consultant. And frankly, we think the program will be great for internal champions within the program as well. So having someone in each of those small or large nonprofits who has similar knowledge as you will allow them to be a better partner with you to achieve the goals they want.
Great. All right, Justin, has the content of the course adjusted based on participant feedback so far? If so, how has it evolved? And what's the feedback loop look like between participants and the content creators?
That's a good question. We started this off, the first version of this, we had some of our international partners and consultants that use RBA regularly go through the certification program and provide feedback to us on what they found helpful, what they found to be not so helpful, and we've adjusted it as best we could based on that feedback, and we're always looking for more. So as you go through the program, if there's something that's not making sense or if there's something you think could be improved, we're certainly excited to hear that and try and evolve it as we go. But at this point, we've done that through one round, and we're just now kind of opening up to others for them to begin. So we'll obviously look to pull that feedback together and make it changes as we go if we see the need.
Okay. Yeah, and to add to that, I think I know we will be continuously improving the program. Across the platform itself, there's the ability to provide feedback or offer a comment. And so we very much want to get the feedback from those taking the course. We're very much looking to improve the course. And at the end of the day, we want to ensure that those that are certified are truly walking away with the knowledge they need to turn curves.
Okay, and so in addition to that, what is the difference between the RBA 101 and the certification, Adam?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, it's really the difference in my mind between being an active and a passive learner. Traditionally, folks go to an RBA 101, they perhaps are walked through a process to learn how to pick results and indicators or pick performance measures or even do a turn the curve exercise for themselves. But it's really more of a passive learning experience, whereas we've added the rigor of having quizzes along the way, activities in which you're applying the knowledge, and then ultimately the three, what we call minimum, or the way we're thinking about minimum requirements of having the RBA knowledge, of having the written test, being able to present RBA in 30 to 40 minutes or less, and have an RBA turn the curve action plan with feedback from one of our Clear Impact staff. So it adds a lot more rigor, and we're ultimately certifying the knowledge and that you're able to go out and do the work in your organization or in your community.
Okay, and is there any in-person training, or do I need to travel anywhere to get the certification?
It's 100% online, so no need to leave your desk or your laptop.
Great, that's great. Now going back, the person who asked about the teams, we have another question about that. Going back to the question about teams, would RBA allow me to work with teams to evaluate the performance and help them? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, I have to start that over. The screen moved. Going back to the question about teams, would RBA allow me to work with teams to evaluate their performance and help them improve case practice, specifically on individual cases?
Well, there's no specific guidance on case management or managing specific cases, but I can tell you that one of the modules in the program speaks specifically to the connection between evaluation and results-based accountability, crosswalks the concepts in a way that traditional evaluators will understand how the RBA process can complement how they might be supporting an organization.
Okay. And Justin, I've never done an online training course before. How does it work? Is this difficult to get onto? Justin?
Well,
Sorry
Justin,
about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. All right. So it's very simple. You'll have a URL that you can visit in your internet browser. It can work on your computer and across many mobile platforms. You'll go there and you'll have basically the course is broken down into modules. And you'll see each piece, it'll say video, for example, and then you'll watch that module and then it'll say, after this video, take this quiz. So you basically just click on it on the left-hand side, it pops up, and you go and you watch the video, you participate in the activity, and then it moves forward. And it'll keep track of your progress so you can come back and revisit it and pick up where you left off. It's really pretty intuitive. If you've done any other kind of things online, it shouldn't be very difficult for you to pick it up. And I'm actually going to pull back up the visual here of what it looks like just to give you a better idea. So when I'm logged in here, you can see the URL up at the top. This is just a regular internet browser. On the left-hand side, you see all the different modules. So we have Welcome to Results-Based Accountability. It turns the little ball next to it turns blue when it's completed, so you know where you've been, what you've seen. Then you basically just follow these down in order and go through it, and it really kind of keeps track for you and gives you all the direction that you need.
Great, looks good. Okay, Adam, how can we measure the added results taken from the team working with knowledge in RBA as opposed to before?
One more time.
How can we measure the added results taken from team working with knowledge in RBA as opposed to before?
Before, meaning after, hopefully, and perhaps this person can write a clarification, I'll answer it the way I think it was meant, which is, how will we know that the team will be better able to use RBA and implement RBA after the certification process versus perhaps just having read the book or participated in RBA 101 previously? And my simple answer to that will be the turning of curves. I mean, frankly, if you're having better and faster success, identifying better strategies that tackle elements of your story behind the curve, you'll be able to see that you're getting progress at a much faster rate than perhaps you were previously. You know, one of the ways that I've seen clients also track their performance is they'll have a set of measures across their organization, whether it's their fundraising operation or their direct services or their administrative, whatever it might be, of the total set of measures they're tracking it within their organization, what's the percentage of those measures which are trending in the right direction or turning the curve? And by virtue of that, you'll be able to track progress across your organization with that one single metric, which gives you a sense, are people applying and using RBA better than perhaps they had been previously?
Okay. And this is the same person. Does Clear Impact help us find other partners working in specific areas of knowledge and using RBA in the process to add value to our own consulting programs?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, all people who are certified in this program will be listed on our website. And so if you're certified, you'll be listed. It has your location. People can start to find you, and perhaps you build a local community of practice around it. Our software platform, Clear Impact Scorecard, also allows you to build a local network of folks who are working towards common community indicators to share data and share turn the curve plans, all in that single unified platform. So whether it's our consulting and how we make connections across via our website or via our software platform itself, we do really want to help communities network, build communities of practice, and learn from each other and create those measurable improvements.
Okay, and adding to that, this person wants to know, I am a scorecard user. How does the course improve my ability to use the scorecard?
Well, by being a better practitioner of RBA, you'll ultimately be able to better use the scorecard because you'll perhaps pick better measures, perhaps have better usage of the turn the curve action plans, which are built into the scorecard. And then as a cousin of this program, we also recently are launching the Clear Impact Scorecard Certified Administrator Training, which now has actual drop and drag, and you can click through and learn how to use the platform in a way that's interactive, similar to this online learning experience as well. So that we'll be announcing that very shortly, and you'll be learning about that as well. But in short, being a better RBA practitioner will definitely make you a better scorecard user.
Great. Justin, is there any ongoing fee requirements to maintain the professional certification after the course is complete?
There is not. The cost of the course, the upfront cost is all that you'll ever have to pay for it. Your certification will always be good. If you are going to use the RBA framework in a professional capacity in terms of generating revenue, delivering RBA training, there is a licensing fee to use it that way. RBA is free to use for nonprofit and government organizations for themselves, but if you are going to use it in a consulting role or provide trainings, there is a fee for that. And there's more information available about that on our website. That is not required for the certification. Your certification cost is just the upfront course fee.
Great. What happens after the course is completed? Adam, you want to take that?
Sure. Well, number one, you'll get a plaque in the mail from us within a month of finishing, and then you'll also have your name added to the list of certified professionals that can be found on the clearimpact.com website. And then ultimately, you can put it in your resume, you can put it on your LinkedIn profile, et cetera, as a way of demonstrating to others the knowledge you have.
Okay. Justin, what's included in the final exam, and what happens if I don't pass?
Again, there's three parts that are used to assess the learning of folks that have gone through the course. There's a comprehensive written exam that covers all concepts of results-based accountability. We'll also ask you to select an indicator or performance measure of your choice and prepare a turn the curve action plan for that measure and submit it to our team to be scored. And then again, we're going to have you record yourself providing a presentation of results-based accountability as you would to show others the concepts, and submit that to us for a review. You're able to retake the exam up to 3 times. If you're not able to pass it in those 3 times, you'll be prompted to review the course content again, and additional instructions will be provided on how to retake the exam.
Great, thanks. And okay, so Adam, do you also focus on how to incorporate the collective impact model in conjunction with RBA in order to work with consulting clients?
Yes, actually, as I mentioned, similar to how we've crosswalked RBA to a traditional evaluation, we've also crosswalked the concepts of RBA to collective impact in this program as well. Ultimately, the 5 conditions of collective impact, we share how we believe RBA meets all 5 of those conditions, and that knowledge will certainly allow you to better support collective impact initiatives to create that shared measurement needed to achieve the common agenda.
Okay. Are there any other frameworks connected to RBA?
Well, there's lots of different frameworks that can be connected or crosswalked to RBA. 2 that we focus on in the program are to evaluation and collective impact, but there are other models as well, including asset-based community development and equity frameworks that RBA can certainly support as well.
Okay. And Justin, are there any video excerpts or anything else to preview the course before making the purchase?
Yes, if you visit clearimpact.com/certification, there's lots more information that you can see there. We have a flyer that goes through all the different aspects of the program. There's also some frequently asked questions. You can review the list of currently certified professionals, and I believe we will be adding some preview videos to that webpage if they're not up already within the next few days.
Okay, great. That's all the questions I see. Does anyone have any additional questions? Okay, I think we've answered everything. So I'm going to turn it back over to Courtney to wrap us up.
Thank you, Adam and Justin, for your presentation, and thank you all for joining us. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I can be reached at Courtney@clearimpact.com. And for any questions specific to the certification, please feel free to reach out to certification@clearimpact.com. Thank you all for joining us. And again, there will be a survey that will go out that you can provide feedback on your webinar experience. And that survey will also provide you with access to this recording of the webinar. Thank you.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you.